K-pop fashion is something that has always been very interesting to me. Honestly, next to K-pop, fashion is probably one of my biggest hobbies, and the way these idols dress were one of the things that initially got me into K-pop in the first place. All these bright colors and bold patterns have influenced the way I dress a lot and has really given me the confidence to wear stuff I probably wouldn't have before. Today, I just want to talk about some of my favorite styles, trends, what I like about them, what I don't like, and really just talk about fashion as a whole. I'm going to try to keep this about just the outfits themselves, simply because I just don't know as much about hair and makeup as I do about fashion in general. I think I have 2 or 3 small points about hair and makeup, but other than that, this is all about the fits, so let's get to it, I guess. Genuine question for y'all, but what about wearing fashion is boring? I always see people bring this up, but nobody ever explains why they feel this way. I feel like there's already a big discrepancy between men's and women's fashion, but it's very clear to me that a lot of K-pop fans have never really taken the time to look into men's fashion outside the K-pop scene, if even within it. Recently, my boyfriend has been getting more and more into fashion and has let me go shopping with him a little bit, so I've been looking into men's fashion quite a bit recently, and I think a lot of people would be surprised at the amount of detail that really goes into it. You know, I see a lot of people talk about a necklace here, a belt, a bag, or something that female idols wear, but I rarely see anybody appreciate the accessories that go into men's fashion. Less is more here, and it's crazy the difference a simple stash or hat can add to an outfit. One thing that men's fashion does do really well that I don't think a lot of people would argue with is the jackets. Blazers, jackets, whatever you want to call them, stylists for male idols always hit the nail on the head with these. They are so versatile, and you could use them to simply dress up a casual outfit, create a 2-piece suit, go crazy with the patterns and colors. Some of the most memorable outfits to me on male idols always involve a jacket of some sort. Pentagon's Naughty Boy, this outfit specifically that Jinsung wore for Spotlight. There are just so many different choices and styles to be done and done again. It always looks amazing on them. You ask me what to do. When you think of jackets, what else do you think of? Of course, it's suits. There is nothing cooler than seeing groups like Dreamcatcher or Itzy perform in their suits. They look like they were made for them, and by this point, I feel like it's practically Dreamcatcher's brand. I love the idea of classic suits on both male and female idols, but if I did have one complaint, not even really a complaint, just something I wish we could see more of, while pantsuits are really cool and everything, there is nothing more powerful than a woman in a classic pantsuit. And while I'm not expecting idols to start dancing in pencil skirts, it would be really cool to see a bit of variation in the lower half of these outfits on female idols. I think Twice have worn a few things kind of similar to what I'm talking about, so we're not too far off, it's just something I wish we could see more of. Another thing that I wish we would have gotten just a little bit more of are these pastel suits on male idols. One Team and D1s are the only two that have worn them collectively off the top of my head, and I think they just look so good on them. I wish we could see it on more idols. I have another question. Who in the hell decided crop tops are an inherently feminine piece? Like, I totally understand the connotations around it and why people would take it as that, but I also don't. Because how is this, or this, or this a feminine outfit? I'm just so sick and tired of the, oh, well, they're breaking gender stereotypes, or, well, they're trying too hard to break gender stereotypes. I just don't get how when a male idols wear a mesh shirt, or no shirt at all even, to show off their bodies is seen as cool and manly and sexy, but when they wear a crop top to obviously show off their bodies, suddenly they're trying too hard and are just out here doing the most. Now, that's not to say that you can't create a very feminine outfit on a male body with a crop top. I think a lot of what TXT wore for the Blue Hour could fall into this category. I mean, I'm pretty sure at one point Yeonjun was literally in mom jeans. Maybe I'm the one looking at this all wrong, but I just can't quite wrap my head around the idea that one piece of clothing makes the entire outfit feminine. Lipstick is such a simple yet effective way to really elevate a look that it's kind of crazy to me that sometimes it feels like makeup artists avoid it at all costs. I get that a lot of times stylists would rather go for a more natural look on the makeup, and while sometimes that absolutely work, other times it almost feels awkward to see idols in these really big and bold outfits with what looks like hardly any makeup on at all. Hyuna is one of the few idols that I feel like is really not afraid to go bold with her lips, even if it's just a simple pink or classic red. I feel like it's almost her brand by this point. Also, black and purple lipstick, please. It looks good on everyone. I don't care what you say. If you do it right, it looks so amazing and I just want to see more of it. This is more of just a small complaint I have, but I always notice that when male idols paint their nails, they just don't know how to take care of it. It's always all chipped and broken and icky looking. Like, 3 of their nails will be painted with a clean black coat, while the others are all chipped and yellow because they didn't even clean them off correctly. It's really not that big of a deal, but during promotions, at the very least clean them off correctly, or like invest in some dip dye or something. It's just something I've always noticed, and like, I totally understand that plain old nail polish isn't going to last a full 2 weeks, but it takes like 30 minutes max to repaint them, and even less than that to clean them correctly. Just somebody help them, please.
And I dress you up like a dream of love.
I'm usually not one to complain about a pattern or fabric being overused, but the mesh is just so old. I feel like everyone has worn it at least once, and it somehow manages to sneak its way into every outfit nowadays, and it just gets a little bit tiring at times. Fishnets or lacy fabrics would be a great alternative, or just throw it away altogether and play with something new for a change. I feel like the corduroy industry is feeling very unloved by K-pop right now, and maybe it's time to fix that. Leather outfits too, I feel like are starting to become a little bit overdone. I feel like there is still at least a little bit more variety there, but in general, I feel like it's just time for a change. Everyone has done it now, so what's next? Speaking of mesh, one thing that is even more done than that are these big, bold mesh dresses. If you're an idol in a K-pop girl group, you've probably been subjected to wearing these pretty but bold outfits. Apink's Dilemma, Nmixx's OO, Dreamcatcher's Boca are just some of the more recent examples I can think of that have worn dresses like these. It's practically a rite of passage by this point to being a K-pop group, but once again, it just feels very overdone, and they're all always designed the same, more of that horrendous mesh fabric, and a lot of times the dresses just look like they're swallowing the girls whole. I just feel like there are better choices for these big, bold, elegant dresses, and I think it's time for something new here too. Anyways, that's all I have for now. Thank you so much for watching, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all next time!